Hey, what's happening, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another vid. Now, first things first, I want to inform you guys about the little hangout I had with Low Place yesterday. So if you haven't got a chance to look at it, take a look at it for yourselves. I'll go ahead and post a link to it in the description box, so you let me know what your thoughts are. I mean, it was a pretty interesting conversation. Of course, it's about his favorite fighter of the world, Adonis Stevenson, and whatnot, which he cannot openly admit that he is his favorite fighter, which is strange enough. It's just strange enough, but hey, it is what it is. So anyhow, it ain't about Low Place or Adonis Stevenson, because I don't really want to talk about that dude now. But anyways, unless he does something. But anyways, Amir Mansour had came out and he had some interesting things to say. Now, he said that both Dillian Whyte and Alexander Povetkin ducked him. Alright, now we all know that Mansour hasn't been getting fights as of late. I know his last fight was a 12 round, I think it was a unanimous decision or majority decision, I can't recall, but it was a 12 round decision over Travis Kaufman. I think it was late last year, I think that fight took place. But yeah, that is a long time ago. I think it took place early this year. I can't recall. But anyways, he was asked about the fact that, you know, why hasn't he been able to get any opportunities right after that fight. He said here, quote, look, he said, look, you know, you think I have the plague, but the way the other so-called heavyweight contenders are avoiding me. I mean, is it my breath or is it my ability? I mean, these guys call themselves fighters and, you know, fighters, but when my name comes up in the conversation, they act like they have a hearing problem. I mean, why would anybody be afraid of a 44-year-old man? All right. So, originally from Salem, New Jersey, the article goes on to say that Mansour now lives in Wilmington, Delaware. His victory over Kaufman, a fight in which he rallied down the stretch, boosted his record of 23-2-1 with 16 KOs, earned him a number 15 slot in both the WBO and the WBC rankings. However, without a fight since then, the WBC lowered him to 21. So he had to respond to that by saying, well, wait a minute, how the hell can I be? Who else gets dropped 6 spaces that quickly, even though I only fought, you know, haven't fought that long ago, according to Mansour, right? So regarding the win over Kaufman, he said here, look, it was very frustrating and disappointing reality when a fight is made and the winner said that the winner of the fight will be set to fight the WBC champion, meaning Deontay Wilder. But when I fought Kaufman, Deontay Wilder was willing to fight Kaufman. Now, they were very sure that Kaufman would win the fight, but he didn't. I won that fight, but now Wilder doesn't want to fight me. Now, his last fight was against Gerald Washington, a fighter that had 98% of the viewers that thought I beat in 2015, which I agree. I thought Mansour won that fight. Now, the fight was scored a draw. Washington went on to fight Deontay for the title. Now, Mansour was also asked about his 2014 one-punch knockout victory over the Iron Chin Fred Cassie, which was a brutal knockout, by the way. Oof, I thought Fred Cassie was dead coming from that knockout, but damn. But anyways, I received the knockout of the year mention when, you know, against Fred Cassie, but he went on to fight Chris Arreola and went away with a draw. You know, Chris, you know, also had a no contest against Kaufman, a fight in which he was floored. You know, Chris went on to fight Wilder as well. So it's blatant cowardice on Wilder's part, if you ask me. So J. Russell Peltz also got a call about a possible July 1st fight in Russia between Amir Mansour and Alexander Povetkin, with the stipulation that Mansour would get ranked. So basically, what happened was that when Mansour was asked about being ranked, he'll fight Povetkin if he can get a rank. When he was asked about it, he said, look, when Mansour landed number 15 in both the WBC and WBO rankings, Povetkin's people stopped answering the phone. So instead, Povetkin fought Andrei Rudenko. So another no-name referring to Rudenko. So he's talking about Povetkin ducking him for Rudenko. Then we try to get a match against Dillian Whyte. Wow, on the Terence Crawford card. That went nowhere. So Top Rank told us that Whyte wanted to fight a tall, right-handed guy. What a fucking joke. I'm sorry, he didn't say a joke, but what the, I'm only paraphrasing here, y'all. What a joke. Now, I was also willing to step in 1 week's notice to fight Frazer Kendall for the WBA regular title, in which Shannon Briggs failed his test. The promoters canceled the show instead. So Mansour ended by saying, look, I'm willing to fight any top 10 heavyweight in the world, man. But it seems like all the top heavyweights are fighting bums and no names, period. Wow, man. Look, I gotta say one thing. Mansour is one of those guys that, he lost a lot of his years, his prime years while he was in prison, incarcerated. When he when he was released from from the penitentiary, he had cleaned up his life. He got back into boxing. He started to have some moderate success as a heavyweight, as a top heavyweight contender. Now, though he lost he quit on his stool against the Dominic Brazil due to a lacerated tongue or jaw, whatever it was, right? He still poses a major threat because he hasn't really been damaged, in his career. If you think about it, he still, has some of his, his health faculties. He's still, fighting in prime condition. He stays in shape. He's in tremendous condition for his age. And the fact is that there you have a string of fighters who weren't, and I agree with Mansour, because when Deontay Wilder, when the name Amir Mansour name comes up, Deontay Wilder seems a little bit dismissive about it. All right. And, now you find out you got guys like Alexander Povetkin and Dillian Whyte didn't want to fight the guy. It's like, what the fuck, dude? And Dillian Whyte's another character too, man. He's out there calling out Deontay Wilder and calling him a chick and whatnot. But yeah, he wouldn't take a fight with Amir Mansour, which Dillian Whyte admitted that he wanted another guy rather than Mansour. So yeah, this is very interesting stuff. And you got Povetkin who ducked a fight for Rudenko instead. So very interesting stuff. So yeah, but as far as I'm gonna go back a little bit. As far as the the WBC situation, when he fought Travis Kottman to get a ranking with that organization, it's kind of interesting when Mansour says that he was promised a shot against Deontay Wilder after whoever the winner if he became the victor of that fight. Now, getting a ranking does not automatically result into an immediate title shot, because Mansour and Kaufman was not fighting in an eliminator. Now, could have been some backroom discussions where Mansour may have overheard that despite if you do win, as long as you get a ranking, you get a shot at Wilder. Maybe he was promised that opportunity because maybe Wilder's team were more confident that he was going to lose that fight, so they knew they thought that Travis Kottman would be the victor. But since Travis Kottman did not become the victor, they decided to rescind to go back on that. So that's a possibility, because like I said, I never heard of a situation where someone or two fighters are fighting for a ranking to get a higher ranking would be promised a title shot, given the fact that this fight was not even for a title eliminator or any type of eliminator whatsoever. So that's very interesting stuff. Now, there's always two sides to every story, but if Povetkin or Whyte or Frazer Kendall's management, by that matter, or even Deontay Wilder, if they don't come out and speak out about Amir Mansour's claims, then I gotta take Amir Mansour's word for it, because let me tell you this, guys. I'm actually a Amir Mansour fan. All right, okay, and I see the fact that this is a guy who's hungry. He's trying to do the right things. He admitted all the mistakes he's made, which land him to imprisonment for such stretches of time, whatnot. Here's a guy who's hungry. He's trying to do the right things. He's trying to remain disciplined, which I could see outside the ring. He wants to get his title shot. He wants to get a shot at somebody, man. And I implore all the top heavyweights to give this guy a shot, because I think he's earned it. He's worked hard for it. Yes, he's had a setback with Dominic Brazil. He fought to get his way back, claw his way back into it by fighting Kaufman. Yes. I still think he's still got left, some things to prove, but I think somebody needs to give this guy a shot, man. Somebody needs to give him a shot. Hell, Big Baby Miller gives this dude a shot, man. I know Big Baby got a fight coming up against Gerald Washington. That's a cool fight, no problem with that. But there's a lot of top heavyweights out there. Hell, Luis Ortiz, man, fucking give Amir Mansour a shot, man. I know he's not ranked in the WBA in the top 15, but he can still fight. He can fight for a ranking in that. So, yeah, man, just come on. Somebody's got to give this guy a shot, man. Somebody's got to do it. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts about this story, about these guys allegedly ducking Mansour. I'm out.